Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up storage pools and basically everything you need to get this to say HTTPS. It's going to help us get a lot of things done, so let's get into it. First thing you want to do is make sure you got all your disks that you have connected to your server. If you don't have all of them, you obviously got a problem somewhere. Like I said, I'm not really going to worry about the hardware in this video, or these videos, just more the software. Anyway, create a pool. It's just literally create a pool. It's under the storage tab over here. I'm just gonna name it apps because why not? I don't know. Uh, Me personally, I only have the one drive, so I can only do a stripe with the one drive. You can do this, but data loss is very much possible. Um, Usually what I'd recommend doing is having at least 3 drives. I'm doing RAID Z1. You have 2 drives for your data, one for parity. Parity just means kind of copies the data of the 2 other drives, and in case one of them fails, it's okay because you got that extra drive. Just pop a new one in, bam, you can rebuild your cluster. But anyway, if you only got like 2 disks, a mirror do best for you because just one drive fails, you still got the other one. They both have the exact same data on it. I'd highly recommend something other than Stripe, but for this video, I have one drive and I'm going to do Stripe. So log drives, those help with if you have like say 15 people writing to your NAS at one time. Uh, I mean, if you're in like a enterprise situation, that's probably good for you, but in my case, I'm just at a home. I got me, so I don't need any of this. Basically, just helps intake data faster, so that there's less stress on the main drives. This is just in case you need an extra drive, just to quickly throw in, like say you did RAID Z1, you had 4 drives, but you only used 3 in this. You could stick it into your spare, and then if one fails, it'll automatically take out of here and throw it back into there, rebuild your cluster. Cache, this is sometimes good, sometimes not. It just depends on what kind of media you're using. I would never use this with a hard drive. Um, Honestly, even an SSD is pretty dang slow. Your TrueNAS will probably end up just taking RAM instead of your SSD because RAM is way faster, and if you have a lot of it, then this is useless. But say you got big files that you're trying to put onto your NAS and you're trying to do it a lot, like big videos, stuff like that, this could be helpful for you. Metadata. This is just so basically the best way to explain this is if you're doing a Windows search, it's going to look for this drive first to see where everything's at, and it'll help your Windows search go way faster. If I had a drive for it, I would. This is like literally the only one that I would use, just because I do Windows searches a lot, and it is extremely helpful. So dedup tables are basically if you have a ton of the exact same files. Say you got pictures stored 3 times in 3 different folders, and you don't even realize it. This will basically create a symlink to those files, but only store one of those files. And the table to access those files, basically, if you click one of those 3 files, you're clicking a symlink to this actual file, and the instructions of how to get to that file are stored in this drive. You don't usually need big drives. You get like say 300 gigabytes to 30 gigabytes. It's kind of something like that. I can't even remember the details. But anyway, once you're done, you just click Click Create Pool, continue. And ta-da, you have your first pool. If you need to create any other pools, pause the video, do so. But I'm going to be moving on to the next part, which is Cloudflare. So the next thing you're going to want to do is go over to Apps. This is going to be the fun part. This is where we're going to set up Cloudflare. Basically allow us to do everything that we're going to do without port forwarding anything. You're going to want to start with configuration here. Choose pool. And you're going to want to select whatever pool you set up to use apps. I'd highly recommend running this pool on an SSD. There's some apps like, what's it called? Nginx. Nginx will not, like Proxy Manager Nginx. I think that's what it's called, full name. Anyway, it will not run if you do not have an SSD. Like, I don't understand why. Tried everything around it. It's just will not run without an SSD. And by SSD, I don't mean NVMe. It doesn't have to be NVMe. It can be SATA. Oh, now we just wait for this. Alright, that's done. Sorry, I had to stop the video. It's taken quite a while to do that. Anyway, next, you're going to want to go to Discover Apps here in the top right corner. For me, I'm going to scroll down because it's just quicker for me to find it this way. There we go. It's under networking, but you can search it. It's just Cloudflare. You're going to want to click install, confirm, agree, and now this part is ready. Now you're going to want to go to cloudflare.com. If you're not on this website, you're on the wrong website. I'll leave a link in the description, obviously. For me, I already have an account, so I'm just going to click login, but you can also click login to create an account because sign up button's right here. For me, I personally found it easier to just continue with Google. So once you get back into Cloudflare after verifying your email address, I skipped a little bit there, but here we are. This is pretty much what you're going to be seeing. It's going to ask you to register a new domain or register a current domain. If you have a domain, awesome. If you don't, I would highly recommend getting one because you're going to need one for basically everything that we're going to be doing. I don't really know what domain I'm going to choose for this, but I already have 2 domains, so I think we're just going to stick with one I already bought for this. I just wanted to make this account and show you guys what you guys be seeing when you first get in. Like I said, if you don't have a domain already, I'd highly recommend buying one. Just come up with something. Like there's online name generators to come up with something random if you want something fancy or something like that. But anyway, get yourself a domain. If you have a domain, transfer it over to Cloudflare because they can do a lot for us. Anyway. So the main thing I'm trying to do here is introduce you to Zero Trust and everything about it. If I could find it here. Here we go. Under your home, Zero Trust, we have beautiful, beautiful Zero Trust. Networks, this tab over here on the left, allows you to go and create a tunnel, which is what we're about to be doing with TrueNAS. So to create a tunnel, you just create tunnel. You're going to want a Cloudflare tunnel. Name it whatever the heck you want. Works for me. And what's most important here is this token right here. So we don't want any of this, like the Cloudflare.exe service install. You just want the key that comes after it. I'm obviously not going to include that in the video for obvious reasons, but just know, cut off everything before your EY, like the install Cloudflare service. So the next thing you're going to want to do is log back into your TrueNAS system. Right here is where you're going to want to throw your tunnel token. And then that's pretty much it. Hit host network. That would be helpful for later things. And boom, that's it. Gonna wait for this to install. Take a second to pull its image. There we go. And now we are up and running. So now for the real fun stuff, we need to make this say HTTPS. So in order to do that, we're going to want to go into Cloudflare, go under your domain itself, not Zero Trust. You're going to want to go under SSL here and Origin Server. Under Origin Server, you can create a certificate. Don't have to worry about any of this. This little star right here is called a wildcard. It basically covers any domain we create with the appsbuilds.work extension, or in my case that is. So I'm just going to do a short certificate just because why not. I'd recommend leaving it like 1 year. Actually, we'll just do it 1 year, why not. And there you go. So in order to get this on the TrueNAS, you're going to want to kind of open them side by side. We're going to go into System, oops, not System, Credentials, Certificates, and right here, right at the top, click Import. You're going to want to give it a name. I'm just going to do Cloudflare Cert, because why not? You don't have to add it to the Trusted Store. I'm going to. So basically just copy this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here. That easy. Then you're going to want to scroll down, click Import, and that's it. So you're not really going to want your TrueNAS default certificate anymore. There's not really any use for it, so just go ahead and delete it. Oh, yeah, that's right. We still got to switch certificates. Alright, so next part, we're going to want to go back into Zero Trust. Oh my. There we go. Networks, tunnels. Go into your tunnel. And hostname roots, or published application roots. Sorry, they have updated their interface. So here you can create whatever you want to be. This is going to be the domain in which your TrueNAS system is going to be accessible from. So for this, I'm just going to do TrueNAS.sbuilds.work. It's going to say that's going to create a DNS record for that. We're going to want HTTPS, obviously, and you're going to want to type in the IP address for your NAS itself. Under TLS here, you're also going to want to put whatever you are choosing for your host name, and then we're going to want to turn HTTP2 connection on. It's just a little more secure. Oops, didn't finish that. It's supposed to be the full domain here. And save that. So we're not quite done yet. What we're going to want to do first is go back into our NAS. And under System, I believe it's General, yep. Settings, we're going to want to change your GUI SSL certificate to your Cloudflare certificate. You're also going to want to turn on HTTP to HTTPS redirect. We're going to save both of those. Confirm, that's going to restart your web service. It's going to ask you to log in again because now you're under HTTPS. Well, technically. There we go. I want to type in HTTPS. Ta-da! Now we're under HTTPS. That also means I have to update my password manager, so I'm going to wait on signing in. But right now, what we should be able to do is go to TrueNAS. And there we go. That's our NAS. So you're probably thinking to yourself, holy crap, that's cool, but also now everybody in the world can access my NAS. Yeah, I felt the same way until I learned about access. So back in Cloudflare, we can go under Access, Applications, and we can actually create an application, basically just a barrier to prevent people from actually accessing our application. We'll just call it whatever. We're going to want to type in the host name that we used for our NAS. Give it the domain and create a new policy. Give your policy a name. It will allow same application as session timeout. So you're going to want to create an include rule. Email. Type in your email. Ta-da! And now only your email will be allowed to access this application. Well, according to this policy. And we'll go back to applications. Oops, better if we do it this way. Select existing application. Select the application you just made. And that's pretty much it. Everything else can be left the same, and you've created a firewall basically. So now if I go to TrueNAS here, click refresh, it should ask, should ask me for a session token. So you're going to want to enter your email. You'll get a code to your email. You'll type in that code to the, here. Type in your code here, and it allows you access for however long that you've set your access for. Being that this is session ID based, don't ever let your Chrome get hacked. Put that simply. So anyway, now you have a secure way to access your NAS. Just got my code. There we go. Now we're in here. So you want to go ahead and log in with your credentials, whatever you set them as. For me, I have to redo it because obviously we just created this domain. It's new to the password manager. There we go. Now we can save it. So now we're back into our NAS. We have Cloudflare set up. We have storage spaces set up. And we have HTTPS to access our NAS. Pretty much everything you're going to want to do at first. And just to throw it in this video, I also do a share. So SMB shares are pretty big. I mean, it's the main reason you'd ever even want a NAS. To create one, you're simply just going to want to create a data set. You can name it whatever. And you can either make this your share, you can share from this point, or you can further edit this. Basically, space management. If you only wanted to use 80% of it or whatever, you can put that in here. Or, sorry, gigabytes of it. Say, like, you gave this to your brother, you only want to give him 80 gigabytes. Tell him 80 gigabytes. Bam. Now you have 80 gigabytes to that. Anyway, what you're going to definitely want to do first, though, is come over here to credentials. Under users, you're going to want to add a user. This is going to be your SMB login. So I'm just going to do a username. You're going to make sure it has SMB access. I'm going to make a password. And that's all. That creates you a user, and that should allow you to log in with SMB. Go back to datasets. Wait. Next, you're going to want to go to shares, and we're going to want to create a Windows SMB share. Click on add. You can leave it as default share. Go to whatever directory it was that you wanted to share and click save. You can just click on it there, and that's all you have to do there. You're going to always want this to start basically every time the server restarts, it'll start back up. Click start, and now you have a Windows SMB share. Now we can go under Window or File Explorer. You can right click on this PC, add network location, or actually I can do one better, map network drive, so you can see how much storage you have left. You want to type in //192, or sorry, whatever it is that your IP address is for your NAS. There we go. And then basically the share name. So your share name is right here. After that /, you're going to want to type that in. My share name's whatever, and finish. So now it's going to ask us for credentials. Those credentials are the ones that you just made. So you're going to want to type in your credentials. I like to remember them so I don't have to type them in every single time I access my NAS. And there you go. Now you have an SMB share. You can see how much storage is left of that share. Basically, the drive size, and then how much you have used of that size is, basic stuff. Anyway, SMB share complete. You have basically everything to start you off with a NAS.
So just had to quickly throw that in there because I forgot to do it in the actual video. This is at the time of editing. If you don't do this, you will not be able to put files onto the NAS. You can't access them. But anyway, you gotta go to your share, the folder that you're sharing itself. Go to permissions, edit, change them to the user that you used your SMB share on. Mine was endless, so that's what I'm going to choose. I'm also going to want to put right on group and apply permissions recursively and save that. And that's all you got to do. That'll solve any SMB issues.
I'm obviously going to be making more videos on more applications like Image, Mealy, all sorts of random applications, just pretty much whatever I can think of to make a video on. Like I said, I'm getting sick of not being able to find any information on this stuff, and really hoping these videos come out to be useful to you guys. I'm really new to all this stuff, so sorry for the jankiness, but like I said, hope some of this helped you guys. Anyway, have a nice one.